You know how some people secretly hoard bacon in their freezer, tucked behind the peas, as if it's survival currency? Well, it turns out your brain cells might be doing something suspiciously similar. Purdue University researchers discovered that microglia, the brain's immune cells, aren't just cleanup crews, they're also secret fat collectors. And just like your uncle with a garage full of expired canned beans, this hoarding habit isn't always a great thing. For decades, scientists thought fat in the brain was kind of a background character, like wallpaper you ignore until you realize it's covered in mold. The focus was always on the big villains, amyloid beta plaques and tau tangles. Those were the Darth Vaders of Alzheimer's research. But now, researchers like Gaurav Chopra are pointing the flashlight at a quieter accomplice, fat droplets piling up inside microglia. Turns out, these tiny blobs of grease aren't harmless storage lockers. They're more like stuffing your vacuum cleaner bag until it wheezes and stops working. Microglia overloaded with fat simply can't clear out the plaques they're supposed to eat. Here's the funny twist. Microglia are basically little Pac-Men designed to gobble up bad proteins. But when they hoard too much fat, it's like they're Pac-Men with full stomachs. Instead of chomping on the dangerous amyloid beta, they're waddling around, sluggish and bloated, complaining about indigestion. Imagine the fate of your neurons being decided by a bunch of overfed blobs taking a nap in the middle of a cleanup job. What's especially intriguing is the role of this enzyme, DGAT2. Think of DGAT2 as the overly enthusiastic lunch lady in the microglia cafeteria. She takes perfectly fine fatty acids and insists on turning them into long-term fat storage, like stacking giant tubs of lard in the back room. Normally, the staff would tidy up and toss out the extra, but in Alzheimer's brains, DGAT2 sticks around way too long. Instead of balancing the menu, she just keeps slopping more mashed potatoes onto the tray until the poor microglia can't move. Now here's the hopeful, even funny in a good way part. Chopra's team figured out that if you kick DGAT2 out of the kitchen, or at least make her work less, suddenly the microglia slim down and get back on the job. It's like watching a sluggish security guard finally put down his donuts and sprint after a thief. Once freed from their fat hoard, these brain immune cells start doing what they're supposed to do, protecting your neurons like true professionals. This discovery doesn't just open new therapeutic doors, it flips the whole script on how we think about Alzheimer's. Instead of attacking plaques directly with drug after drug, most of which have failed spectacularly, we might simply need to give microglia a fat detox. Less, fight the invaders with brute force. More, put the janitors back in shape so they can sweep properly. And isn't there something deeply human about this? Our brain's immune cells behave a lot like us. Stress them out, give them too much toxic junk food, and they'll sit around hoarding fat instead of doing their jobs. But clear away the excess, help them manage their diet, and suddenly they come alive again. It's a comically relatable portrait of biology. Your brain cells aren't failing because they're lazy, they're failing because they're bogged down with biochemical bacon. So the next time you feel guilty about late-night snacks, remember, even your brain cells have a fat problem. The difference is, scientists might actually be able to solve theirs. And if they do, it could mean Alzheimer's treatments that work not by nuking the disease directly, but by teaching your brain's immune system to stop hoarding and start hustling. That's not just good science, that's a reason to laugh with relief.